Hi everyone, welcome back to Venusianscorp Astrology and Tarot, where I talk about all things astrology and tarot. Today we are going to be doing the relationship reading for the month, which is basically a pick a card reading, where you have three piles of cards and you can choose one and then uh, go to the reading accordingly. So there's going to be an image shown with the three cards, and you can select whichever resonates with you, or all of them if they all resonate with you. And I'll be putting the timestamps in the comment box below, so you can just click on the timestamp and go to that particular reading. As always, if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can drop me a message on email. That's astroluck111@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you soon. So let's get started. So, pile one, let's start with pile one. So, the very first card that I have for you is the King of Swords. So, this is Aquarius energy. Could be someone with strong Aquarius energy who is in your life right now. It doesn't have to be a sun in Aquarius, could just have a bunch of planets in Aquarius, so just embody that energy. Somebody who's a bit on the cold side, not even cold, I would say just a little bit cool when it comes to showing their emotions. They're not very expressive emotionally, that's what I would say. They're more on the logical side. They appreciate data and they appreciate logic, and they're not so much about expressing how they feel about you. That's maybe the kind of person that you're dealing with right now. But communication is essential in any relationship. I mean, that's a cliche, but that's true. And I think that if you're having problems with this person and if they're not really being expressive about how they feel about you, where you stand in the relationship, etc., then it may be time to have a proper conversation with them, because swords are about communication. So this is very much about opening up and talking to them and seeing where the relationship is headed. The next card that I'm getting is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very much about spiritual alignment. It's about having a higher knowing, a deeper knowing about, and it's also about having a very strong self sense of, sorry if I can talk today, a very strong sense of self assuredness, where you know that what's meant for you is coming your way. So it's just sort of like a magnetic pull that you have towards the things that you want to manifest in your life. And the High Priestess is not about action. This is about being passive. It's very strong spiritual feminine energy. So it's very much about being laid back and letting what's meant for you come to you. So maybe this person is not very expressive emotionally, but maybe it's rather than forcing them to have a conversation, I would say just give it some time and let things unfold naturally, because I get a feeling like they are going to come to you and talk to you about it and tell you what their real intentions are, what they really feel about the relationship and things like that. So maybe you don't have to force things right now. Six of Pentacles. Some of you may feel like you're giving too much in the relationship, or maybe you feel like it's a little bit one-sided. Because the thing about Six of Pentacles is, even though it's a money card, it is a Pentacles card, so it's about money. But in this context, because it's a relationship reading, it's about balance. It's about making sure that the amount of time, effort, and investment you put into a relationship, you need to make sure that you're getting the same, if not more, back in return. Because otherwise, it's just very one sided, and you may end up feeling very drained at the end of the day. You may feel like you're being taken advantage of in the relationship. So maybe that's what's happening right now. Maybe you feel like on the one side, this person doesn't really express themselves, they don't really tell you how they feel about you, or what the relationship is like, and where it's headed, etc. And then on the other hand, there's you here who's probably doing a lot more. Maybe you're the one always initiating texts, maybe you're the one who's always initiating plans, like, hey, let's go out, let's do this, let's do that. And maybe you're the one always calling them, but you don't really see that much energy being reciprocated, and that's not a good sign, that's not a healthy sign. Sometimes it could be emotional blockages, like this person, this King of Swords that we talked about earlier. like some people are not doing that deliberately. Like this person may have genuine emotional blockages, like they may have a hard time expressing how they feel, or maybe they're just an introvert and they take time to open up to somebody. But then at the end of the day, relationships require give and take, you know. So if you are the one doing all the work, all the legwork, and the other person is not really stepping up, then maybe it's time to take a back seat, which is what the high priestess was all about. Like sometimes you need to just take a step back and just watch things unfold. Just wait and watch, and see how, if you become passive in the relationship, right? Like that's what the high priestess is about. If you become passive in the relationship, does the other person step up? Do they actually do their side of their deal? You know, do they actually put in the work in the relationship? So those are some of the things that maybe you need to sit and watch rather than actually doing all the work yourself. Let's see what else we have for pile one. I'm seeing the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands, it is a sign of hope, because wands are, you know, it's about fire signs, and there is an element of hope in this. So I wouldn't just write off the relationship right now, just yet. Like I said, just wait and watch. Maybe this person needs to take baby steps. Like I said, they may have strong issues when it comes to opening up with people, so maybe they are just going to take baby steps and slowly open up to you. But Page of Wands is about having hope in the relationship and not really just writing it off or dismissing it because you're not seeing some kind of movement right now. I'm also seeing the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is definitely very guarded, because, like, Four of Pentacles, even though it's a money card, it speaks of insecurities, it speaks of fears, especially around money, because it is a Pentacles card. But in the context of a relationship, I feel like this person has severe trust issues. Like they just have a lot of baggage, quote unquote baggage, maybe from their previous relationship, or just, the way life has treated them. But this person has a hard time trusting other people. And especially in a relationship, they really want to make sure that they can trust you. Not that they don't have a reason to trust you, but it's just that maybe that's how this person is wired, right? Like some people, uh, they're just wary of everybody around them. So maybe this person is like that. But let's do some clarification. Why does this person have trust issues? Okay, so I'm just trying to do a clarification on this. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune here. So, yeah, Wheel of Fortune is a good sign. I mean, it is a Jupiterian card. It's a very Sagittarius card, and it's about something beneficial coming in the way of the relationship. So maybe these trust issues that this person has is probably just a short term thing. I don't think it's something that you need to worry about, because the Wheel of Fortune suggests that this person is going to try and open up to you. Like I said, Page of Wands also turned up in the reading, so it's a good sign. They will gradually open up to you, and they will start communicating more with you and express their emotions, express their feelings with you. And the thing about this is, once it starts happening, it's going to be like a domino effect. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is. It's kind of a slow moving energy, but then once it starts picking up, you really see the momentum building up. So maybe this person is going to be like that. Like they will start expressing themselves more and communicating more with you and telling you how they feel. And once they start doing that, it's almost like the floodgates are going to open up, and then it's almost like you may want to go back, because it may be too much after that point. There's no turning back, basically. So if that's what you want, then go ahead. But if that's not what it is, then you need to let this person know, because leading someone on is not a really good thing. What else do we have for pile number one? Let's see, we have the Magician. So yeah, the power is in your hands, essentially. You are the alchemist of your life. That's exactly what the Magician card is about. um, on the card, the magician basically has all the tools they need to make life a success. They have the cups, they have the swords, they have the wands, they have the pentacles. But the magic lies with the magician. They have to do what it takes to make things happen. So it's the same with you. In the context of the relationship, the high priestess really holds the key here. So it's about sitting back, relaxing, and letting yourself be in your feminine energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are, because feminine energy resides in everybody. So feminine energy is relaxed, it's receptive, it's passive. It's not about going out and doing things like masculine energy is. So this is more about sitting and waiting and watching and seeing if the other person really steps up. And the magician is all about also making life happen in the meantime. Like, don't get lost in the relationship. Don't make the relationship everything in your life. Like, sometimes there can be a tendency to go overboard, right, and make everything about this person. But you have a life of your own, and so the magician is all about um, living your life in the meantime, like not being hyper fixated on the relationship. It's going to unfold naturally anyway, and the cards are showing it's going to unfold really well. So I'd say just give it time. Don't rush anything. It's going to be good. That's what I have for you, pile one. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Your likes help my videos stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps more people watch my content. So do give it a thumbs up and drop in a comment if it resonates with you. Let's move on to pile two now. Okay, pile two, this is the reading for you. So if you've selected the second card in the list of the cards, then this reading is for you. So let's get right to it. The first card I'm seeing for you is the Four of Swords. Now it's interesting because Four of Swords usually comes after the Three of Swords in the suit of tarot cards. And the Three of Swords is about betrayal, right? It's about heartbreak. It's about agony, anguish, betrayal over love, especially. It's a lot of heartache involved. And the Four of Swords is a time of calm. It's a time of being calm, and it's about strategy as well, because the Four of Swords is very much about biding your time and seeing what your next move needs to be, like what your next strategy needs to be. So it's very much about strategy. It's also about not being influenced by other people's decisions or what other people have to say, their opinions, etc. Because there may be people around you who are trying to talk you out of the relationship or say some things about the relationship which may affect your decision, but ultimately it's your life, your decision to make. So the Four of Swords is very much about not getting swayed by other people's opinions and really sticking to your own truth when it comes to making a decision. But it's also about strategy. So at this juncture, after going through the heartache with the Three of Swords, etc., the Four of Swords is about being very logical almost. It's about not letting your emotions come and get in the way, and letting you sort of affect your decisions regarding the relationship. So you need to decide what your next move needs to be, and it has to be coming from a place of logic and detachment. You can't be overly attached when making these decisions because it's about strategy. The Four of Swords is about strategy. And when you're trying to create a strategy about something, you have to be logical, you have to be precise, you have to be very clear headed in what you want. Otherwise, it can really mess up your decisions. So that's the first card I have for you, pile two. Let's see what else we have. I'm seeing the Five of Wands. So there is quite a lot of chaos going on around you. Now, this is not swords energy. It's not like you're in a war or something. It's not like you're in a battle, but it is wands. And it is combative. There is a bit of sparring going on, maybe between you and your partner, or you and all these other people involved who are outside of the relationship but who are trying to influence the relationship and make you sway in a certain direction. So, what that direction is totally up to you. It's your life, like I said. You have to make the decision. But there is quite a lot of chaos going on. That's what I would say. Like all these people around you, it's multiple people. That's what I'm seeing. It's not even one person. It's not even like if there is some friction between you and your partner, then the Five of Wands is about several people. It's not just you and your partner. There's also other people involved. So maybe friends, maybe people in your circle, maybe relatives. I don't know what's the case here, but there's quite a few people here who are trying to poke their nose in the relationship and telling you things that may or may not be true. They're kind of stirring the pot, if you will. So be a little bit careful, because not everything you hear is the truth, and ultimately you know your partner best, so there's also a degree of trust involved. So Either you trust your partner or you don't and you move on, but there's really no in between. Like, you really have to make up your mind about this. Let's see what other cards we have. I'm seeing the Five of Cups here. So Five of Cups is this energy of regret. It's this energy of crying over spilt milk, And the thing about the Five of Cups is this person is looking at the three cups that have fallen to the ground, but they're not really looking back at the two cups that are still standing upright. Because if they did, they would realize that their alignment is within themselves. Because Two of Cups is about self alignment, right? It's about your own alignment with yourself, staying true to yourself. Three of Cups is looking at he this person is basically looking at what's gone wrong in the relationship. So it's almost like a bit of a pessimistic attitude. So I would say, if you fall into that slump, avoid that at all cost. If you're trying to if you end up looking at the relationship through a negative lens, then that's what's going to manifest even more, because like they say, what you focus on grows, right? So you need to be a little bit more optimistic regarding the relationship. So rather than looking at what's not working, which is what the Five of Cups is about, focusing on what's not working, try to focus your attention on what can be resolved in the relationship. Like, what can work, what does work for the both of you, why did both of you fall in love in the first place, right? Like, those are the questions you need to look at. And once you start focusing on that, it just grows more, and then you realize there's a lot of strength in the relationship. You don't have to listen to anybody else who is probably trying to sway you, and you can just focus on what you need to do in the relationship. Let's see what else we have for pile 2. I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles. So maybe there's just a lot of things going on in the relationship, because the Two of Pentacles is about juggling a lot of things. It's about managing too many responsibilities to the point where you can't keep up. It's very difficult to stay focused on the relationship because of this. So what I'm seeing here, just on the cards that I've got so far, is I feel like you're getting confused because of all these people around you. There's just a lot of opinions around you, people trying to sway you in the wrong direction, people trying to maybe even spread false rumors about your partner or you, and just a lot of negative talk that's going on around you. So I think that it's kind of messing with your mind at the moment, because Two of Pentacles is almost like biting off more than you can chew. It's just taking on more than you can handle. So maybe just take some space for a while. That's what the Four of Swords is about, which we got in during the earlier part of the reading. It's about making space for yourself, because you need to have a clear mind when you're making these decisions, right? um you have your own thoughts that are constantly running, and then you have all these people around you who are trying to mess with your mind and tell you things about your partner and things like that. So you need to really take some time out for yourself, maybe go away on a vacation or something. But the point is to have a clear head when you're making these decisions, and not letting the negativity get the better of you. Because I feel like right now you're just really overwhelmed with a lot of things, because the Two of Pentacles is about that. It's having too many things on your plate to the point where it's getting to be really upsetting mentally for you. I'm also seeing the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, a lot of sentimentality. It's a Cancerian energy. Queen of Cups is about Cancerian energy. It's about mothering, nurturing, soothing energy. It's watery. It's reminiscing about the past, reminiscing about the good times, things that could have been, should have been, what if, those kind of things. That really doesn't get you anywhere, right? Like, it gives you a sense of false satisfaction for some time, but after a while you need to move on and figure out, okay, what next. So Queen of Cups is coming up in this reading, to remind you maybe also of the good times in the relationship, things that you had with your partner that were really good. That's what I said, the Five of Cups. You need to start looking at what worked in the relationship and not what went wrong, because that's going to force you to look at the binding glue that set up the relationship in the first place, right? um, So yeah, maybe look at that, because sentimentality has its own place, but then you can't always be focused on that, especially when you're trying to be in a practical place like the Four of Swords, and when you're trying to make a strategic decision about your love life, right? So you need to be more logical, I would say more Capricornian in this instance. I'm seeing the King of Wands. This is Leo energy, of course. This is someone who's very sure about what they want, standing in their own power. They've transformed, they've healed. There's a lot of metamorphosis with this card. It's also fiery energy, of course. It's Leo, so it's about um, knowing your worth as well. Like Leos are very confident. They know that they are worth it. They also flaunt it, and they love the attention. They love the drama, all of that. But at the core of it, they know who they are, and they're really proud of it. So you need to be proud of who you are as a person as well. Like if you felt that you sort of got faded into the background in the course of this relationship, then now it's the time to reclaim your throne, become the king, right, or the queen, or however you want to resonate with it. But the point is, you need to take your power back, and that doesn't mean you have to fight with someone for it. It just means that you internally reclaim your power and remind yourself of who you are, because uh, you are all that. So you need to stand strong in your power and then make this decision from a place of logic and reason, rather than getting swayed by emotions and what everybody else around you has to tell you, right? So that's what I have for you, pile 2. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Your likes help my reading stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps reach more people, more content and more audience in the YouTube community. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can drop me a message on astroluck111 at gmail.com, and I'll get back to you soon. Let's proceed with pile 3. Okay, pile 3, this reading is for you. If you've selected the third card in the set of cards, then this is your reading. So let's get right to it. The first card that I'm getting for you is the Knight of Swords. This is Gemini energy. It's kind of the lower octave of Gemini, if you will. It's very restless, it's very impulsive. Basically, no brakes going on. There's no application of the brakes. They're just charging full steam ahead, and they are very curious, very childlike, very restless. They want to know everything about you. This could be you, this could be your partner as well, either one of you. But the point is, you're kind of rushing headlong into the relationship. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you do need to charge ahead and just go with the flow and just see how it works. But we'll find out if that's the right approach right now. So let's see the next card. I'm seeing the Three of Wands. Yeah, so maybe this is not the right time to just charge in, because Three of Wands is about weighing your options. It's about seeing what's out there, like plenty of fish, right? Like they say, there's just a lot of options that you have at the moment. So maybe you don't need to rush into the relationship with this person just yet. You can explore your options. There's just a lot of people who are interested in you right now. So you can take it slow, you can take your pick, you have your options in front of you, so you don't have to rush into anything right now. Take your time is what I'm saying, because a lot of the times with very strong Gemini energy, like this person could be a Gemini sun, doesn't have to be, but they could just have a lot of Gemini energy, where like they want to talk all the time, they want to have witty banter with you, they want to know everything about you, they're very curious about you, which is all good, but sometimes you want to take it slow. You want to know if they're the real deal, and also you want to check out your own options. If there's a lot of people who are interested in you, then you don't want to settle, right? What else do we have for pile 3? We have the Knight of Wands. It's interesting because this is the opposite of Gemini, Sagittarius energy. And this is also similar because Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy is also like that. It's very much about being free spirited, going with the flow. It's mutable energy, right? Sagittarius and Gemini both are mutable signs. So it's about, let's go with the flow, let's see how it goes, and then we'll figure it out from there. But then we have the Three of Wands right in between, which is saying that, take your time, don't rush into anything. So maybe what I would suggest is strike a balance. You don't need to be rigid about it. Like you don't need to completely cut this person off. You can definitely go with the flow and see how it goes, but you don't need to rush into anything, is what I'm saying. Take your time, like I said, figure out your options, meet other people as well, and then see what works for you. What else do we have? We have the Six of Cups here. This is again Cancer in energy. It's very sentimental. So there may be somebody in your life who is a Cancerian person. Doesn't have to be a Cancerian sun. They could just have a lot of energy, Cancerian energy about them. But it could be just you reminiscing about the past, maybe an ex, maybe a previous relationship, and how things used to be and how lovely things were. But the thing about the Six of Cups is a lot of it is viewed through rose tinted glasses. It's not always the complete truth. So it's this very romanticized notion of how things were rather than what the reality was. So be careful that you're not falling into that trap. Make sure that you're being realistic about the past if you are reminiscing about somebody or a past relationship, because you don't want to fall back into old patterns as well. You're trying to move forward, right? You're trying to move forward in the relationship. So you don't want to get stuck in old patterns and old issues. What else do we have for pile three? We have the Four of Wands. This is a time for foundations, strong foundations. Four of Wands. Fours are about, um, laying the groundwork for something really solid in the future. It's also kind of a happily ever after card, because when you have a solid foundation, the future is also going to be solid, right? So again, this is interesting because the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, this is all asking you to put the brakes on a little bit, like take your time. You don't want to rush with this. You can, like I said, you can definitely go with the flow when it comes to the relationship. You don't have to be rigid about it and like uh, be extra cautious, but at the same time you want to take your time. Like I said, you want to make sure this is for the long haul. You want to make sure that this person aligns with your values. Do they even feature long term? Do they have long term plans when it comes to a relationship? Are you in their vision when it comes to what they picture in a long term partner? These are some things that you need to ask yourself and also figure out as you get to know this person, because a lot of the times you can just tell a lot about the person just by being with them and observing them. You don't even need to directly ask them. So just observe this person, see what they're all about. If they're too like if they're too interested in getting to know everything about you all at once, then that's kind of a red flag. Because usually relationships take, they're kind of organic. You get to know a person slowly over a period of time. Trust has to be earned. That's just a normal course relationships go through. So if this person is being very nosy, very pushy, wants to know everything about you, then chances are they might be looking at ways to manipulate, right, like love bombing and things like that. So you just need to be a little bit cautious that they're not that kind of a person. But like I said, the best way to beat this is to just take your own time. Go with the flow, but then take your own time and see what they're all about. Also, continue to meet other people. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Definitely explore your options, because that's what the Three of Wands is all about as well. And Four of Wands, you're trying to lay a groundwork here. You're trying to lay something solid for a really solid future. So you need to make sure that all your bases are covered, that this person really holds up to whatever values you have or whatever you're trying to accomplish, when it comes to a relationship. You don't want to settle. um the next card I have is the Nine of Cups. So right now I feel like a lot of you, pile three, you're in a really good place right now. Nine of Cups is about being really content with the present moment. So it's not about trying to do something to make yourself feel happy. It's about really being happy in the present moment. And it's cups energy, so it's about emotions, so you're in a good place right now. You feel happy, you feel stable, you feel calm, and you definitely don't want to rock the boat right now. If you're in a good place right now, you want the relationship to add to it. You want it to sort of bring value into your life. You don't want it to upset whatever you already have going on in your life. So make sure, that's another reason why you need to take your time. We have the Page of Pentacles. Someone may be trying to reach out to you. Either one, if this is a Gemini person or Sagittarius person, they may be trying to reach out to you and trying to, you know rekindle this relationship and take it one step ahead. But again, like I said, take it slow. Don't rush into anything. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Your likes help my videos stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps more people notice my videos and watch them, which in turn helps the channel and helps you guys as well. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can definitely drop me a message on email at astroluck111@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.